In the headlines, suffering trails displaced residents in Katsina as insecurity festers. Borno state government introduces tax relief to ease doing business. Nigeria restores electricity supply to Niger as ECOWAS lifts sanctions. On the foreign scene, strikes on Gaza kill scores as Paris holds new truce talks. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for joining us. And the news in full, we'll begin with Katsina State. For years, communities across Katsina State have grappled with the horrific reality of banditry. In volatile communities, hundreds of families are facing the difficult choice of fleeing their homes or risking everything to stay on. In this report, Trust TV's Jamil Mabai brings to bear the housing deficit in frontline areas of Katsina State and how the lack of IDP camps in the state add up layers of suffering to displaced families. Let's take a look at the report.
For Liman Samaila, the village mosque is a sacred place of worship. But for the bandits who raided his village, they see the mosque as a hiding place for potential targets and not a sanctuary for worship.
We used to seek refuge inside the mosque while we sent our women to the city. We have now relocated to Birchi. We don't enjoy our lives anymore.
Driven from their homes, hundreds of families in frontline areas have chosen either to flee to safer communities or stay and risk everything.
My brother was killed in front of me. After the burial, I lost consciousness.
Ibrahim Sani, a farmer, shares similar pain. Their stories, often untold, paint a picture of hardship and abandonment.
I
lost contact with my family for over a week when they killed my brother in my presence.
This sense of abandonment is further compounded by the decision of the Katsina state government to close down its sole IDP camp in 2015, leaving many stranded. The reasons behind the decisions remain unclear, but their impact is undeniable.
He made this known.
However, a glimmer of hope emerged with the new governor's inauguration. He has appointed a special assistant dedicated to IDPs and initiated data collection.
Data that has been collected in the year before, and now that we are using currently, though the data is correct, but we take it to be, the data is not updated. We have 223,473 number of displaced persons in Katsina State. So we are faced with that challenge.
While the path to long-term solutions may be long, the displaced families of Katsina desperately need immediate support. Jamil Mobay, Trust TV, Katsina.
As prices of food items continue to increase, residents of Birnin Kebbi have been lamenting the astronomical increase in the price of rice, which is largely farmed in the state. Evelyn Garba reports that most residents find it ironic that despite government's heavy investment to local production of rice in the state, the commodity has remained expensive. Her report.
With the nation dealing with an emerging food crisis due to the continuous increase in food prices, residents of Birnin Kebbi are seeking government intervention in the area of price reduction of food items, especially that of rice, which is most consumed food item. It will be recalled that in 2015, ex-President Muhammadu Buhari launched the Anchor Borrow Scheme, which was intended to create a linkage between anchor companies involved in processing and smallholders farmers on key agricultural commodities. However, Over the past few months, the increase in fuel price has affected food items across the nation, with Kebbi not left out. Beginning from early last year, when it was sold for 59,000, it has virtually increased to 80,000 naira per bag, leaving many utterly bewildered.
How can you think that somebody will buy 17? It's not everybody that will buy it, because the thing is getting, last year is better, but this year the thing is getting worse every day by day.
We thank Allah for everything, because the price of local rice has started coming down. It used to be 1,500 for a local major, but now it is 1,400 naira. We are hopeful that it will continue to come down.
Some residents, especially civil servants, say their salaries can barely feed their families, let alone doing something else.
My husband is a soldier, and we are earning almost 80-something thousand, let me just say 100 and something thousand naira in a month. So when I go to the market to buy things, it will not be enough for me and my family, talk more of my children that are in the school.
When contacted on the increase in the price of rice, a rice miller in the state, Al-Hassan Yusuf, explained that within a period of 3 months, the price of paddy rice has almost doubled.
The purchasing price, the way processors buy it, from the people that supply it, we are buying paddy at the rate of about 350, 360 naira per kilogram. But now, as I'm talking to you, we are buying the paddy at around 580 naira, per kilogram, just in a little space of just 3 months' time.
Residents are hopeful that government will put in place policies that will address the rising challenge of feeding the nation in order to avoid a looming crisis. From Birnin Kebbi, Evelyn Garba, reporting for Trust TV News.
Cow skin, popularly called pomo in Nigeria, is a cherished ingredient among Nigerians as it holds a special place in the nation's culinary landscape. This unique ingredient made from cow skin undergoes a meticulous process to become fit for consumption, often finding its way into soups to enhance their flavor. In the bustling markets of Lagos State, the price of pomo has seen a notable increase, moving from 8,000 naira to 10,000 naira per bag, reflecting its growing demand and significance in the daily diet of Nigerian citizens. Victoria Tokolo, who visited the market, has more in this report. Her report is presented from our studio.
In the vibrant markets of Lagos, a culinary transformation is underway. Cow skin, called pomo by Nigerians, historically seen as a staple for the less privileged, now finds its place in the kitchen of many, a testament to its growing appeal in times of economic strains. The dietary staple celebrated for enriching soups, but its distinct taste has not been immune to economic pressures. Once available for as low as 50 naira, the price for a bag has surged from 8,000 naira to 10,000 naira, reflecting its increased demand and diminished availability.
This pomo is Jebu pomo. And as you are seeing this pomo, there's no other thing that's cheaper than this one. It's only pomo that we are using in Nigeria. As this is one of Nigeria, it's been going this, so there's no how we can do it now. Now to be packing this pomo and use that one to manage ourselves. So no one nowadays, but it's pomo that we're using to manage ourselves now. May God bless us.
We are buying it 8,000 naira, but now we are buying it 10,000 naira now. It's too cost too much. We are selling 20 naira, 15 naira before, but now no 15 naira pomo.
For many, pomo represents a practical solution to economic challenges they face, as it appeals in various dishes and makes it an alternative for families striving to stretch their food budgets.
Why is it 200 now? Before it's 200 of 20 naira and you are buying it 20 naira. So God should help us. They say we should go and vote. Once we vote, after the voting, then we put us for punishment. We still enter another punishment. This is punishment.
Mama now, the one where they buy 15 naira before, now is 1,500, 300 now. So then they sell pomo now. People know they shop pomo before, but now people they shop pomo. So may God help us.
Nobody is eating pomo in those days. But now, even to buy fish, talk less of meat, people will prefer to buy pomo because it's economized. It's not like fish and meat these days now. Because people, to bring money out, money is hard. Economic is hard in everywhere. And that is why people prefer to buy this because there is no money. Everybody are complaining of rice, they are complaining of meat, they are complaining of fish. Everything is now cost.
Despite its humble origin, cow's skin, popularly called pomo, has earned its place as a beloved ingredient.
The Borno State Internal Revenue Service said it has introduced tax relief to reduce hardship and ease of doing business in the state. The executive chairman of the service, Bello Ibrahim, disclosed this at a press conference in Maiduguri on Saturday. Ibrahim explained that Governor Babagana Umara Zulum has signed Executive Order 5 that established a grievance address mechanism. He noted that all governments around the world rely on tax revenue to engage in meaningful development projects. He also revealed that the service was able to block leakages and generate 2.8 billion naira internally generated revenue between January 1 and February 15, 2024. He said the service collected 1.7 billion naira in revenues in January, while 1.1 billion naira had been generated from February 1 to 15. Ibrahim said the service also generated 19.4 billion naira from ministries, departments and agencies, as well as local government councils in 2023. The Economic Community of West African States has lifted sanctions imposed on Niger and punitive measures levied against Mali, Burkina Faso and Guinea. The West African Bloc, at its extraordinary summit at the State House, Abuja, on Saturday, also urged authorities in Niger to immediately release the country's former president, Mohamed Bazoum. Kehinde Amodu reports.
The extraordinary summit of heads of state and government concentrated on two issues: the political situation in Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali and Guinea, and the decision of 3 of the 4 countries to withdraw from ECOWAS, and pressing peace and security developments in the sub-region. Chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, had set the tone for the meeting when he appealed to the governments of Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso to reconsider their decision to exit ECOWAS.
This is why we must re-examine our current approach to the quest for constitutional order in 4 of our member states. I therefore urge them to reconsider the decision of these 3 nations to exit our home and not to perceive our organization as the enemy, because we are not the enemy.
After several hours of talks, the decisions of the ECOWAS leaders did not come as a surprise. The authority resolved to reverse with immediate effect the closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger, and lifted the no-fly zone on all commercial flights to and fro Niger. The authority also agreed to resume all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger, and unfreeze assets of the Republic of Niger in ECOWAS central banks.
There is an array of sanctions. Some have been lifted, others have not been lifted. Not all sanctions have been lifted. You have political sanctions that are in place, you have individual sanctions that are in place. We felt there are certain sanctions that affect the common person a bit more, and the leaders on humanitarian grounds have deemed it important and necessary to remove those sanctions.
According to ECOWAS, its decision is based on humanitarian considerations, especially as its members are in the holy month of Lent and preparing for the holy month of Ramadan. However, the withdrawal of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have deep institutional implications, as it will require the closure of 4 regional entities in Burkina Faso, 2 regional bodies in Mali, and 1 regional office in Niger. In turn, this will affect the job security of some 130 ECOWAS staff who are citizens of these 3 countries. Covering the extraordinary summit of heads of state and government of ECOWAS in Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
Trust Television, the TV arm of Media Trust Group, has won the 2023 Outstanding Television Station Award. The award was presented by the New Frontiers Television of the Nigerian Baptist Convention in its 10th Anniversary Merit Award in Abuja. Noel Sampson was at the award presentation ceremony and now reports.
Trust TV.
According to the organizers, Trust TV beat other nominees to clinch the top spot due to its professional news coverage, captivating documentaries, and use of the state-of-the-art technology to deliver crisp and clear signals to viewers. They said the dedicated team of highly skilled professionals employed by Trust TV to deliver contemporary TV broadcast that is in sync with the digital era serves as an example for New Frontiers Television.
Trust TV has been a television that we see as a model television outfit in Nigeria, and because we also have a television outfit that we are running, we are looking around for people that are worthy examples in television services, and we have found that Trust TV is one that could truly be trusted, and that's why we felt you should have this award. We like your setting, your organization. We also know some of the personalities involved, and they are people of tested character.
And through Trust TV, the word of God has also been manifest to people, bringing people closer to God and exposing kingdom ministry to the whole world. We chose Trust TV because of their exemplary performance in executing those kinds of programs that we figure that are actually enriching to mankind, and that is exactly why they deserve it.
Among other awardees was the immediate past Sports Minister Sunday Dare, who backed the Distinguished Service Award.
I feel very excited about this recognition and this honor coming from a Christian television, the New Frontier Television. I thank them for the recognition and also for the validation. But also, it also propels me to do more in the service of the nation, in the service of my denomination, and in the world of Christianity, and of course, journalism.
The award was received by Trust TV's head of programs, Jonathan Zamani. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Still to come. All hands on deck as Borno State is on the verge of measles outbreak. We'll bring you insights and details of this story and more to come after the break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying. But if you're just joining us, this is the Trust TV News Update. Now let's take a look at a recap of some of our top stories. We told you that suffering trails displaced residents in Katsina as insecurity festers. Borno State government introduces tax relief to ease doing business. And now to more stories. Health experts have called for a swift response from relevant agencies of government to halt a further spread of measles in Borno State, reacting to the recent rise in the number of measles cases recorded in the state capital, Maiduguri. They warned that any further delay could endanger the lives of children. Trust TV's Beatrice Korusi has more details.
The Gwange Clinic is one of the health centers where isolated cases are treated. The facility is struggling to contain the outbreak of measles with a record of more than 7,000 cases, despite treating 9,618 patients, mostly children. The facility admits more than 30 patients daily. The medical activity manager, Okoli Jumbo, said mortality rate stood at 1%, which indicates that there is need for urgent intervention, adding that patients, mostly children, experience difficulty in breathing and malnutrition, which is slowing response to treatment.
The case fatality from last year is less than 1%, but it's important to really suppress this transmission, because even though it is the case fatality, if you look at absolute numbers, it's actually very significant, and we don't want to lose our children that way. At some point, we still expect the numbers based on the trend and the pattern over the years. We still expect the numbers to go up. So at one point, we might become overwhelmed. So based on our speculations, things are still going gradually upward, in upward trend. Now they have taken up the whole ward, the whole unit in the hospital is filled by cases.
Measles is a childhood infection caused by a virus which can be prevented with a vaccine. The disease globally claims over 200,000 lives annually. Some of the patients' parents share their experiences. She started experiencing discomfort around her neck and chest before I took her to the hospital. The mom was not at home because she had gone to Gamboru, although she was not running a temperature. She, however, couldn't lay on the bed. I was very worried for her and could barely wait for a daybreak to take her to the hospital. Yesterday, we were taken to another section of the hospital where she started receiving treatment.
He wasn't feeling too comfortable, so they inserted a tube in his nostrils. After that, he was relieved, but when they removed it, breathing became difficult. Right now, we have spent 3 days in the hospital. Before we came to the hospital, he couldn't breathe normally and he wasn't eating. But now, he eats and breathes well.
Health experts are calling for effective sensitization of the public to curtail the outbreak in vulnerable communities. Beatrice Korusi, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
We'll take it away from Nigeria now. The Hamas-run territory's health ministry said overnight strikes on Gaza killed dozens Saturday as Israel's spy chief joined talks in Paris seeking to unblock negotiations on a truce. Negotiations come after a plan for a post-war Gaza unveiled by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu drew criticism from key ally, the United States, and was rejected by Hamas and the Palestinian Authority in the occupied West Bank. They also come alongside deepening fears for Gaza civilians. The United Nations main aid body for Palestinians, UNWRA, said Gazans were in extreme peril while the world watches. Displaced Palestinians camped near the border fence between Gaza and Egypt on February 16, 2024 in Rafah, in the southern Gaza Strip, amid the ongoing amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Palestinian Hamas militant group. Hamas said on Saturday morning that Israeli forces had launched more than 70 strikes on civilian homes in Deir al-Bala, Khan Yunis, and Rafah, among other locations over the previous 24 hours. The health ministry said at least 92 people were killed. And in sports enthusiasts in the nation's capital are leveraging football to create awareness on the need for sustainable development. To this end, they have organized a football tournament tagged 11th SDG Football Match. Trust TV's Adeni Ajishafe has more.
The football tournament organized in the nation's capital, Abuja, is part of efforts to create awareness and show support for sustainable development. 4 teams battle for honors at the football event that had Power FC, One Power FC, Golden Boys and 5 Stars on display en route to the final. Golden Boys FC sporting yellow jersey took on 5 Star FC, who were adorned in white. In the 8-a-side football match, 3 goals were scored in the first 12 minutes by 5 Stars, who dominated the match against Golden Boys FC. 5 Stars later added another 2 to show class. Organizer of the event said football is a unifying factor, which has become a voice to fight issues facing the society.
Football unites all, and we can even use the AFCON concluded match. You see how everybody came together. It was a thing of joy for Nigerians. So football has been the beacon of light to bring people together. So that is why we used it as an initiative to help promote grassroots players.
5 Stars FC player Kasali Mubarak, who scored 4 goals in the game with an assist, wanted more despite the short time, while Ora Chinedu Miracle of Golden Boys FC felt his team lost control of the match from the beginning.
I used to score more, but because of the time is not that much, 12 minutes. So before I scored the 4 goals I scored, I'm okay with that. I feel good because this is my first edition in this competition, so I just have to play to see what I can achieve from it.
I feel sad. Yeah, we lost. Not confidence enough. I was quite tense. Even our teammates were quite tense. So, not make it. We lost 5-0. Yeah, we don't have a good pattern of play. That's it.
A guest at the tournament, Peter Agbontae, believes sport is a tool that promotes peace among individuals.
Okay, I think apart from the fact that we all know that sport is all about fitness, and sport is one of the games that bring unity and peace. This competition is more or less like to take away the so many Nigerians that are in poverty, and to see how to contribute to the little that the organizers can to eradicate poverty in the society, and also to bring the most important thing, the unity that exists in sport.
Football as a unifying factor has contributed in building the society, as it is often used across the globe to create awareness against racism, poverty and other challenges facing humanity. That's Sport News. I'm Adeni Ajishafe.
And that concludes the news update on Trust TV at this hour. But remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thank you for your time.